Okay? It is more important. The Republican Party has stated that their primary priority for the country was not health care, it was not crime, it was not housing or economic development of this country. It was to replace Barack Obama. So someone sent me something. This other good Negro that they have. All right, Dominique, she said she just got to Missouri 2 hours ago. Ooh, that girl speeding. And they put something out the other day. It says, thank you, George Flynn, for Thaddeus Matthews. Just in case you haven't heard of Thaddeus Matthews, here's a sample of his show from an interview he did with congressional candidate Charlotte Bergman this past January. Then he comes back, and then they come back and say, this is how he views women. If a woman doesn't like who I am, she can leave. As long as God can keep making women, he'll make another one. He says, yes, I'm spoiled. I was spoiled by my great aunt, and I've been looking for a woman to spoil me ever since. They went back and pulled a newspaper article that I did years ago. In his quest for women to spoil him, he's been married multiple times, so much that he doesn't know how many times, okay? Admitting to a one-time sexual addiction, Matthews says he was married multiple times, resulting in 4 children, about 4 different women, 3 children. Yes, multiple mothers. But this story was in the Memphis Flyer 2001, 2002, when I was the only black announcer in the city that's ever been on the front cover of the Memphis Flyer. Then they talk about my rap sheet. Then they go on to say, you're probably asking what George Flynn has to do with Thaddeus Matthews. That's a good question. After George Flynn's failed mayoral bid in 2002, George Flynn hired Matthews at WTCK AM 1210, one of Flynn's radio stations. Here are a couple of quotes by George Flynn about Thaddeus Matthews and his show. First of all, they had the information incorrect. I've never worked for George Flynn. I bought the time from Flynn Broadcasting, sold my own advertising. Flynn said, this is what Flynn says, I've known Thaddeus for years and he's matured a lot, says Flynn. Frankly, I'd like to have some more like him on the air. He's talking about good things. People call his show controversial, but it shows how angry people really are about these issues. I wish I had him on the air during my campaign. I think he would have gotten me a few more votes. He's really got his finger on the pulse of the community. Then the article goes on that they're using with Charlotte Bergman. Here is a reaction of a Memphis mom who, when she learned of the connection between George Flynn and Thaddeus Matthews. As a mother of 3 girls, I was horrified to see the interview of Charlotte Bergman by Thaddeus Matthews for his radio show. It sickens me to see how he would treat a woman not to mention his disparaging insults to a black woman. The fact that I was the fact that I was found on this video through national media as opposed to local media is disheartening as a Memphian. It was a disgrace for the city of Memphis. In a twist that could only happen in real life, imagine my surprise when I learned that perennial candidate George Flynn was who gave Mr. Matthews his platform for such vitriol, or whatever that is. Not only did Dr. Flynn give Mr. Matthews his platform, it also appears that George Flynn approves of Mr. Matthews' show. I wish I had him on the air during my campaign. I think he would have gotten me a few more votes. He really got his finger on the pulse of the community. Flynn stated according to an article in the Memphis Flyer. And again, this is an article from years ago. Then they go back and they state, is George Flynn really the candidate who we want to challenge Steve Cohen for Congress in Tennessee 9? He sounds more like a friend of Cohen than someone who would want to beat him. As the video of Ms. Bergman demonstrates, she is the Republican candidate that has the courage to challenge and beat Steve Cohen. Support Charlotte Bergman and the Republican Party on August 2nd, 2010 against George Flynn. Ms. Bergman is the candidate that can repel and replace Steve Cohen in Congress. So, the agenda of the Bergman campaign and those who support her around the country. And the person that wrote this does not even live in Memphis, so he's not a resident of the 9th Congressional District. But they believe that they can take that interview and